Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here with, well, Bish's RV, as you probably guessed by the background. It's been a fun and exciting year. I've recorded a bunch of new things. Our footage and our coverage continues to expand. But through the year, there have been a few that really stuck out of me that for one reason or another, I just looked at it and I'm like, I like this. So what I wanted to do today is put together a little collection of some of my favorite new floor plans that came out for the 2023 season. And I'm kind of curious because I've sort of been accused of being a little bit predictable sometimes. Can you guess a couple that are going to be on this list? And what we're going to do here is we're going to go through some fast flyby footage. I'm not going to make one video that's like 2 hours long with all of the footage of every one of these out there. But what I will do is down in the video description, I will leave you links to both the full walkthrough video as well as a link to check pricing and availability for any of these in stock. Now, at the time this video rolls out, I actually just came into a batch of models that are fairly new floor plans that my full videos might not be out quite yet. So some of this might be a sneak preview when it launches, but over time, you'll be able to click those links and get to every one of these full videos as we go. Leave me some comments. Let me know which one's your favorite, or if there is a new model that came out this year that I missed, let me know that so I can get it on my hit list, and let's get going. Now keep in mind, today's video, these entries are in absolutely no particular order, but kicking us off is a fifth wheel version of one of my personal favorite couples camping travel trailer floor plans in the history of history, the new one from Cougar, the 23 MLE. Oh my gosh, Becky. They took one of my very favorite couples camp and travel trailers and they made it a fifth wheel. This is like the ultimate traveler. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd from Bish's RV. I actually came down to the Keystone display to get an early look at this one because I was so excited about it. If you're familiar with the 22 MLS Keystone Cougar travel trailer, they basically adopted that into a fifth wheel, and this thing is a monster traveling unit, everybody. So it has front to back to front travel and access. You are nap, crap, and snack-tastic. You can get to the fridge, you can get to the sink, the bedroom, the bathroom. Everything is functional in transit on this one. It just gets better when you get there. Now, they did need to move the bathroom as compared to that 22 MLS travel trailer upstairs because I don't think people like going up and down stairs a lot, in a fifth wheel to use the bathroom at night. But it works because what it did is they shifted and expanded the kitchen, and they actually have the same giant pantry in this they have in the big 36-foot 316 Cougar. This thing is awesome. You've got a large outside storage compartment. We're looking at it today in the 400i Solar Flex package, one of the more advanced things. This is 0 to 110 degree rated. Now standard Goodyear tires, 40,000 BTU tankless on-demand water heaters, so you can take back-to-back hot showers, or you can take a hot shower while someone's cooking up a storm in the kitchen. This has the factory towing package on the back, so if you want a smaller rig, but maybe you want to pull a little cargo thing or a bass boat or something behind you, you got the ability to do that here. So they've also revised the front closet in this one. They've changed up the front storage wardrobe closet in this on all of these Cougar quote half-ton series, so that you can get to the dresser drawers now and still be able to hang something tall. They've actually increased the height of the hanging storage without really losing any of the dresser capacity. They just keep getting better. Cougar is really quickly becoming one of my very favorite brands of RVs out there. Brand new floor plan. This is still technically in the second stage of prototypes. It's not fully a production unit. I'm going to mention a couple little things that they might change, and as always, I welcome any feedback you're willing to offer. Let us know what you like, what you dislike, what you change, or if you love it, and hit subscribe if you're new with us. Let's get rolling. And in the world of RV R&D, which by the way stands for rip off and duplicate, there is not a lot of originality out there, and I give points for that personally. It gets me excited instead of seeing the same things all day, every day. So when I see a true, unique floor plan and a literal industry first thing with more windows than any RV in the history of history, it jumps out at me. And that's really one of the reasons the 42 View by Salem and Wildwood had to be on this list for me. I don't usually get all excited about destination trailers, but I can legitimately say you've never seen anything like this before, unless you already watched my video. Oh my gosh! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! I've never seen anything like it, and I love it! Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Bish's RV today. I kept hearing about this. Everybody kept saying, Josh, have you seen that new view? Have you seen the new view? I'm like, what are you talking about? They named it appropriately. This is the new 42 view, and you want campsite windows? It has all of the campsite windows. I'm sorry, I'm shouting. I'm gonna try to pull myself back here. This is hands down my new favorite nerd preferred destination trailer I've ever seen. I want to go inside and I don't want to leave. I love this thing. All of the campsite windows in the world, Sir Mix-a-Lot double up lofts, but with these cool kind of open staircases. You want an awesome Nerf battle loft? I mean, oh my gosh, if I was a kid, even now, I want to get in this thing and like you can play laser tag in this thing. It is amazing. It's got this awesome sectional style sofa that has like a sleeper built into it as if it needed more sleeping. You have a big rear bathroom in here. You have a drop frame front bedroom and rear bathroom with double lofts above. And what makes this really cool is that gives you like multiple separated sleeping areas where this can work for couples who use it as loft attic storage. It could work for dog or cat spaces. It could work for all of the grandkids, but it doesn't have to be just kids. This could, like, if you want to have adult friends over, like if you have adult children who have their own, you know, your grandchildren, bring everybody along. Have a monster trip. If I was going to park an RV, like by a lake and just look at it, oh my gosh. I don't think there's a better option than this one out here for you today. And note it has no slides over on the door side if you want to build a deck onto this. Perfect for parks, perfect for seasonals. This thing is, I love it. Now, kind of on the same vein as last one, given points for originality here, I see all kinds of things and so many of them start to look alike, especially in the world of small single axle campers. Like everybody and their brother builds the same 3 floor plans basically, which is why I give huge credit to what Grand Design Imagines Group is doing over there in their new Imagine AIM series. And I knew one of them had to be on this list, but I was trying to figure out which one. And really, I gave the nod to the 18BH because not only is it a unique layout, not only are they bringing really smart, cool features to it, but the way that they reimagined the dining arrangement is something I hope we see catch on in all kinds of RVs moving forward. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd with Bish's RV down here at Grand Design today with what I think is my personal favorite member of their new Imagine AIM series. I got to see the original prototype when I did my 2023 flyby preview video, and they cranked this thing up to 11. I loved it how it was. It's even more awesomer now. So the thing is, like, I could see this working as a solo model, a couples model, a small family model, somebody with a dog or a cat. Like, this is a really flexible floor plan, and they have completely, well, reimagined the dining situation. And I have seen so many people wanting exactly what they've done here. Instead of a booth, instead of a dino sofa, can you give us like a bar with some chairs or something overlooking windows on the campsite of the RV? You can have your whole family, assuming family of 4 or less, you can have your family sitting there overlooking your campsite, enjoying your breakfast in the morning, but at the same time having, like if you're indoors, you hear somebody outside, you can keep an eye on your campsite. It is so hard to find small RVs, or a lot of RVs, frankly, with good campsite window coverage, and this gives you a giant picture window overlooking your site with a blackout roller shade if you want to blot out the sun. Good patio awning space for an RV this size, and it tops out about 5,500 pounds, so kind of plan your tow capacities around that higher going to be better. This is one of the heavier of the Imagine AIM series. I think it's probably per capita about the biggest, but what they've done with this, like, they put the full big Imagine full front bedroom and Murphy bed in this that just gives you some crazy good storage around it. And the total storage in this is fantastic. The huge closet space, the dresser space, so many small bunkhouses have no place to keep clothes or food. This solves all those problems, and it solves problems you didn't even realize other little campers have. I think this thing is awesome. I'd love to hear from you. Where did they nail it? Where did they fail it? What's the one thing you'd change? And what do you think about this overall? Because I think it's a winner, baby. Now, another thing I really love and appreciate is when a manufacturer actually listens. And our next floor plan is literally a model that was designed based off feedback from viewers directly off of this channel. And I think that your voice coming through this channel as a medium and being listened to by the manufacturers and then literally building a model exactly how you wanted it, to me that's very cool, and that's why I want to throw the new Ember 190 MSL, the very first no-slide missile, the model built at your request, up here for you to see. Hey everybody, we've got a brand new floor plan, a first look sneak peek here today, a model that was built based on your feedback, and the best part of it might be what it doesn't have. Stick around and see what your comments and your feedback have created, because I think you're gonna like this. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here with Bish's RV down at Ember RV today, where I was granted the very first look at their newest model, one that was built based on your feedback, the 190 MSL, the missile. This is the very first no-slide, multi-function convertible storage Murphy bed, bunkhouse, cargo locker, walk-in closet, e-bike storage. I mean, whatever you want to do, this one can do. You want to load a kayak up the belly of this beast? You can do that. You want to load, like I said, a bunch of e-bikes in here? You can do that. Are you solo camping and looking for something you could use as a mobile office? You can do that. Do you have a family? You want to do some family camping? You can do that. Really, there's not a whole lot that you can't do with this one. Now, these are a very different breed of critter. It is a full aluminum and composite body construction. The only wood that you might find in the body construction is just where they might stuff the aluminum tubes with a little bit of wood just to give some screws to bite something into. But even the floor is completely composite. Like, the floor literally can't rot. The walls can't rot. The roof can't rot. And I'm not saying you shouldn't take care of it, but you're gonna have to really go out of your way to screw this one up right here. We have a true queen bed up front, which is another rare find in smaller single axle campers. These are also very uncommon in the world of small campers in that they are 0 to 100 degree proven. A lot of people like to ask, are they 4 seasons? There's no real definition of that, but the fact is Ember has actually done the testing for hot, cold climate use. You have Goodyear Wrangler off-road tires with factory TPMS. The independent Kurt trailing arm suspension that has suddenly started to be adopted by a bunch of other brands. We're also looking at one today with nearly every option available, including their new Max Solar package, outfitted with all Smexy Pants Victron components. And we are going to get to see this thing inside, outside, upside down today. And I would really love to hear from you. What do you like? What would you change? And it's got a couple little hitches in its giddy up. I've never said that any RV is perfect, but as far as the single axle Overland models go, I think this might be their best one yet, and I am eager to hear what you have to say. Now, like I said, I really give points for originality, but every now and then you'll see a manufacturer take a concept you've seen before and just execute the living crap out of it. And that is what I feel Jayco did here in their new 173 MRB, yeah, you know me. Funny thing is, it shouldn't even qualify for this list. It should have been like a 2021 model when it was first announced, but it took them so long to finally get around to building it that we get to enjoy it today. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd from Bish's RV down here at Jayco today. Finally get my hands on a 173 MRB, yeah, you know me. What's frustrating for me, egg on my face, should have had a V8. Remember those commercials? About 6 months ago, they first debuted the first prototype of this floor plan. And I was buzzing around their new update display, recording stuff like crazy. And somehow on my checklist, I thought I recorded this one and never did. So I'm finally getting a chance to put my hands on one. And special thanks to Jayco for helping set this up for me and fulfilling your request. Had a lot of people wanting to see this one. They announced this floor plan pre-COVID, and our finally getting it out there. It's really cool to see this happening. It is a no-slide Murphy bed, 7.5 foot wide, single axle, solo or couples model. Now the dinette can fold down to sleep a dog, a little kid, a husband who's really in trouble and tied one on or something like that. You could make some things work. And you know, there's several other builders who have floor plans very similar to this. They're all going to do it a little bit different. Like again, Jayco's 7.5 foot wide, and they're double Asdel laminated walls, meaning Asdel outside and inside layering. This is also a full 6.5 foot ceiling height all the way across, which gives it more space, more headroom, more storage, and more space in the shower and the bathroom storage, which are two areas I really like. The underbelly of this is enclosed. You can put tank heaters on it. You have Goodyear Wrangler truck tires on it. You have a little outside griddle situation available. Big campside window on this one as well. And this is a Murphy bed model. Now I try to be fair. It's what I call a bendy bed Murphy bed. So depending on how you do the bedding, you may need to kind of make the bed every morning or night, but you might not if you do it the right way. That bendy bed system also does offer more outside storage, which is really cool. They do one of those telescopic ladders on these, but it's interesting. It's a side mount. Just because they've got some other stuff going on the back wall. They made sure that you still had a way to get up to the roof to be able to check like the roof cargo rack, the solar package, whatever the case might be. Let me know what you think about this one. Again, coming today at your request. If you appreciate how we get out here and get this stuff for you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get rolling. But there's definitely one builder out there that I think is probably low-key the sneakiest, most unique, innovative, creative, and influential floor plan designer out there in the small camper world, and that's the FSX division of Salem and Wildwood. They've come out with a new model that is unlike anything anyone's ever seen, and I guarantee you are going to see some carbon copy clones rolling out on this thing in the near future. This one is something special. I've been doing this since 2009, and in 14 years, I have never seen anything like this. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd from Bish's RV down here in Middlebury, Indiana today, checking out a new floor plan from the Salem and Wildwood FSX division, and like I said, there's, to my knowledge, nothing else like this out there. This is a small, compact, like mid-size pickup towable. You don't need a giant half-ton or three-quarter pickup to haul this thing around with a dedicated actual office space in the back. Private front bedroom, now centralized air so you're not sweating to the oldies or hotboxing yourself up front there. This is one of the most crafty, creative, small single-axle campers I think I've ever seen. And I think the biggest gripe that people might have with this, or we'll say point of concern or point of critique, whatever you want to say, is that it is a single axle, not a tandem axle. I am willing to bet, and please voice your opinion if you'd like to see something like this on a tandem axle setup. This is a smart solo or compact couples camping floor plan. Like if you're just one person who runs around for work a little bit, being a little bit of a laptop warrior back there, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And then when you're not working, you just scoot on over, plop over in that kind of simulated cinema seat right there. It is technically a jackknife sofa, but it has a pair of incliner kickouts, and it's that kind of stuff. It's that kind of different looking at it, creativity in a when you look at single axle little campers, they all just copy and paste one another. It's boring, it's annoying. And in an industry with no originality and creativity, FSX is over here cranking, they're just oozing out original floor plans left, right, and center. I can't wait to see what you think about this one. I love this camper. Now, many of us have heard that phrase, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But apparently nobody ever told Winnebago that. They recently came out with a new couples camping travel trailer that I think is maybe one of the best crafted couples camping layouts out there, with a, again, totally reimagined dining kind of desk arrangement that, once again, I hope we start to see more things like this become available, at least in some sort of swaptional fashion. And if they do, we're gonna know that it got grandfathered in right here. Holy crap! This thing slaps harder than Will Smith at the Oscars! Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Bish's RV. Well, actually not here at Bish's RV, with Bish's RV here at Winnebago Towable headquarters today at your request. A lot of folks have been writing in and saying, Josh, Winnebago has this new model that looks absolutely awesome, but I can't find any good video of it. And I made arrangements with Winnebago, and they pulled one in here on a snowy winter day so that we could get this footage. So if you appreciate how we get away from the office and you appreciate how Winnebago set us up today, hit that like button, leave us a little note that says thank you, and subscribe if you're new with us. And I tell you what, every RV has to have a name. This thing ought to be called Tabasco because it's got the hot sauce. This might be one of the very best couples camping floor plans I think I've ever seen. If you saw my video on the Cougar 23 MLE fifth wheel, they basically kind of did that in a travel trailer. But what they did in the living room and kitchen area by creating like an extended bar with just insane prep space, good campsite window coverage, especially when you're sitting down, it feels very organic. And then the fact that you've got this like slide open dining desk multi-function thing with a pair of fold-away guest chairs. This, I think, I've seen so many requests. People say, what if instead of a dinette, I had an extra bar and like I could turn it into a desk? Instead of doing the DIY retrofit at home with the hacksaw Jim Duggan, they've done it right from the factory. And I guarantee you, now that I've seen it, more and more brands are gonna try doing this. I'm really curious about your feedback. What do you think about this concept of a window-facing dining desk in place of a traditional booth or table and chairs? It almost feels like we need a third option now. This thing has amazing travel access. It has awesome storage, true queen bed in a private bedroom. So many good qualities and very few points of concern for my personal book. There's some weird things about this. I'm going to share the good, the bad, with the ugly, with everything in between. I've already talked enough, obviously. Let's get inside and see all the cool, fun, new features this one has to offer. And I want to hear your thoughts on this. But when I make these lists, just as a general self-imposed rule, I try not to repeat brands. I want each brand to kind of have its own little day in the sun. And as a result, sometimes I'll run into one brand came up with more than one thing that I think is really awesome. And in this case, both Cougar and the new kid on the block, Big B Brinkley, they both definitely deserve an honorable mention. Cougar, first of all, for their 320 RDS, where they have completely rethought the concept of a rear den with a very home style kind of sectional sofa that I think is just awesome. And I haven't seen anything like that really in the industry for a while. It's glad to see it back, and I think it's the best execution of that concept I've ever seen before. And then Brinkley's Model Z absolutely, easily deserves a tip of the hat. They've taken a familiar recipe, but cranked it up to 11 in a way that is going to pull and drive the industry forward and hopefully provide some meaningful, lasting change. But if the Model Z is on my honorable mentions list because I don't like to repeat brand names, then I think you can guess where I'm going next. And it probably didn't take you too awful long to realize our last entry today is going to be the Brinkley Model G. Now, once again, today's videos, these things are in really no particular order, but I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of want to save this one to last because it is perhaps, like, I'm not a big toy hauler person, but the Model G is perhaps one of the most impressive RVs, period, I've ever seen. Not just fifth wheels, not just toy haulers. The entire world of RVs that I've seen for the last 14 years, it is one of the single most impressive, jaw-dropping things I think I've ever seen. So here's my very first look at their original prototype for this. Now, a lot of updates have taken place since. Like, for instance, it's now a tri-axle with like over 4,000 pounds of cargo capacity. Just an absolute unit. But once again, what they're doing down there at Brinkley, it's changing the landscape of this industry. You wait and see. Hey everybody, you like the last Brinkley that we brought you? So here's a brand new one, the very first exclusive sneak peek at their new toy hauler, the Model G. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd kicking in the door down here at Brinkley's headquarters. Had the opportunity to sneak in once again and get you the very first look of anybody out there of their new Model G toy hauler series. And just like the Model Z fifth wheel that you saw before, the idea behind this one is that a member of their founding team, a partner, executive, brand manager with the company, actually took this out, tested it, used it to see how it was going to perform on the road, to see what they could improve. Now, they already had a couple notes, but part of the reason they asked me to come down here is just like we did on the Model Z. They realize that all you folks out there are the single best source for development information possible, and they want all the input. Tell them what they're doing right, where they're nailing it, where they're failing it, where they could do it a little bit better. And I can't promise they're going to be able to incorporate everybody's ideas, but they're going to get quite a few in there from what I've seen. So this has been run down to the Florida Keys and back like on a 2-week hard stress test. And what's awesome about this is like over the top just comes standard on this Model G right here. So it's a 101 inch wide body. It only has 3 awnings and all the windows in the world on the door side of the RV. There's so many crazy little features that, like, once you've seen them, you're gonna wonder why no RV manufacturer has been doing this before. Like, it has one of the best, maybe the very best sound system I've ever heard on any RV, and you cannot see any of the outside speakers, but you could be blowing away some DJ on stage somewhere with this thing. When you shift into reverse, every light on the outside of the sucker lights up. Everybody and their brother's gonna know what you're doing on the road. But the interior, one of the key things they did different on this is the loft. For the garage area, that loft bunk, they actually put it in the garage instead of in the living area. And what they've really, truly done is created a luxury living fifth wheel that just happens to have a totally separate flex function room on the back. Now, obviously, you could load side-by-sides, you could load family, you could load friends, you could do anything you wanted with this thing and then some. There is so much I cannot wait to cover with you on this. All the cool outside storage things they did different, a couple little personal notes I have, but once again, we are here today to get your feedback. Whether you're a toy hauler enthusiast or not, please watch through this. Let us know what you like. Let us know the 1 or 2 things that you would change given the opportunity. And if you appreciate, once again, how we break away from the office to get you this footage, make sure you like our video and subscribe if you're new with us and catch us on the next one. But for now, you're in for a treat. So thanks again for tuning in. If you like these little compilation quick look videos to sort of give you an idea of like a handful of things that might be out there, make sure you hit the like button on our video or subscribe if you're new with us. And keep in mind, there's a big world of RVs out there. I don't see every single one of them. There's some other things like I want to, but I haven't yet been able to get to see the new front office Montana fifth wheel. There's other awesome new floor plans I just haven't had a chance to put my hands on quite yet. So I'd be kind of curious to know, what is your favorite new model that has come out in the last year or two? And, did I miss one? Is there one that I need to get on my hit list out there and get you that full video footage? And once again, if you like how we continue to expand and bring you all kinds of different offerings and things to look at, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us on the next one. And check those links in the video description, whether you want to see a full walkthrough video of one of these, or if you're, whether you're curious or whether you're serious and you want to check one of these for pricing. Looks like the FedEx guy is heading home to do that himself right now, or herself, I don't know. Or their hot pocket self. I'm not sure. I don't know how they identify. Doesn't matter. When you're ready, we're ready. And in the meantime, thanks for hanging out with your Uncle Josh here. And watching is free every day. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.